In ancient Brittany, there is a chapel, and on the walls, in pictures, is this tale of Comer, the cursed. Cruel Comer, his sin is great. To be killed by his son, it is his fate. 4 young brides, and their babes all slain. Comer's evil does still remain. Comer is a widower, again, beware. He's seeking Tryphena for his fair young bride. Take care. Tryphena was as beautiful and as lovely as the springtime. Her father, a wealthy landowner, adored her. He sent his falcon to summon her to his conference room. As soon as she entered, she saw the ambassadors. "You come from Comer." "Yes," they said. "She is the one. She is the one our master wishes to marry." "Oh, my daughter is too young to get married," said her father. "Never mind, old man. If you do not give your daughter to our master in marriage, he will destroy your lands." "Bide a while. I will give you my answer anon." He summoned his friend, the hermit Gildas, and Gildas took Tryphena aside. "My daughter," he said, "you must marry Comer to save your country from destruction, but it will not save me from destruction. He will kill me as he did his 4 first brides." "No," said Gildas, "I will give you this ring. It was silver and white as silk. If ever you are in danger, your ring will turn black as a raven's wing." So Gildas blessed the marriage. Her father consented, and the ceremony was arranged. And Tryphena went to her marriage like a little dove pursued by a hawk. Right after the marriage, her husband was kind to her and very agreeable, and she was lulled into thinking perhaps her fears had been misplaced. He attended a gathering of all of the princes of Brittany. He returned after 5 months, and he found his wife sewing lace on a baby's cap. "Oh, my husband, we shall soon have a child!" He grew pale and then red with rage. "You are not pleased?" He stormed out of the room, and Tryphena saw that her ring had turned black. "I'm in danger. I wish to flee, but I cannot escape this castle. Where should I hide?" She wanted to go to the chapel to pray, but everyone would look for her there, for her piety was well known. But then she remembered there was a vault beneath the chapel. That was where the 4 brides of Comer had been buried, and she never went there. By the light of her candle, she crept down to the vault, and she saw 5 stone coffins. 4 of the coffins had a slab across the top, but the 5th one was empty. Then, and the slab slid aside, and an eerie light came from the coffins, and the 4 ghosts of the brides appeared. "Tryphena, you are in danger. What evil have I done?" "You have done the same thing that we all did. Told Comer we would bear his child." "What shall I do?" said Tryphena. "You must run. You must go back to your father's house." But there's a dog that guards the castle walls. How can I escape?" "Use this poison which killed me," said the first ghost. "The walls are high and hard to climb." "Use this rope which strangled me," said the second one. "But how shall I see through the darkness?" "Use this fire which burned me." "Oh, but the journey is a long one. How can I walk that distance?" "Use this stick which broke my skull," said the 4th one. So Tryphena took the poison and the rope and the fire and the stick and escaped. She walked through the forest. Comer noticed she was gone, and he went up to the top of the castle and looked and saw Tryphena fleeing, and he began to pursue her. She walked through the forest. She came to a shepherd's cottage. She could go no farther. In the shepherd's cottage was a magpie in a cage. She went inside, and there, all alone, she gave birth to her baby son. Comer was giving up the chase, but as he passed that cottage, he heard the magpie imitating Tryphena's complaints. Poor Tryphena! And he knew she had come that way. She tried to make her way, carrying her baby outside of the cottage. As she went down the road, she could not go any longer, and she fell to the ground, and she looked up. And she saw her father's falcon flying. She took off the ring and said, "Give this to my father." The falcon flew off. She just had time to put her baby son in a hole in the tree when Comer came by on his horse, dismounted, took his sword, and cut off her head. The falcon flew to her father's house and dropped the ring, and her father said, "We must follow the falcon," and his army and Gildas followed the falcon, and they found the body of Tryphena lying on the floor of the forest, and Gildas picked her up and said, "Walk, my child." She walked, carrying her child in one hand and her head in the other. She led the army to the castle of Comer, and Gildas said, "Comer, I bring you your wife and your God-given son." Silence. And then Gildas took the baby, put him down on the ground, and he walked to the castle, threw sand at the walls, and said, "Let justice be done." And the walls of the castle shook, and the castle collapsed on Comer, and the spirits of his 4 wives flew off to heaven. And Tryphena was known hereafter as a saint. Her statue always shows her with her babe in one hand and her head in the other. And Comer still roams Brittany as a werewolf.